Hey guys, it's time for another video because I'm dealing with some schoolwork right now, but we got another video, and of course we've got Colin here fully open. Last time I showed him the bud had not been open. It has been open for a few days now though, and my god does it smell. Close up of that column and lip there. I don't know how good that is. It keeps trying to go out of focus every time I move it for even a second. But it smells like a dead rat. And that's what happens when you get an echinolabium cross. A lot of the time they smell bad. And it's not the most potent thing, you kind of have to get near it to smell it, but it's still pretty bad. But it's got really nice form. When it opened, the form was kind of wacky, and then it kind of solidified over time, and it's actually like really nice. It's got a nice even rolling of those lateral sepals, nice even coloration. The color is color and form is actually much improved from the first bloom, but the flower is just slightly smaller. So I'm hoping that the next bloom will be better. We do still have that second bud as well. Come on, stay in focus. Right there, that's growing. It's still got a ways to go. I don't know where it gets that yellow from, because the yellow kind of fades once the flower opens, and so you can see there's still a little bit of yellow left in the bottom of the sepals, but not very much. It's a little foggy in here still because the foggers just turned off. I just turned them off for the video. And then of course we have some new things as well that I figured I might as well look at. So I've got this beauty right here. This is Bulbophyllum Wilbur Chang. I already have one of these, but it's not doing super hot, and so I decided to try with a different clone. And this one is not bloomed yet. This will be a first bloom once it does bloom. It is blooming size though. It's a nice big pseudobulb. It is blooming size. It's just I don't plan on it blooming anytime soon because they can be reluctant to bloom their first bloom sometimes. And then up here in the sun, or in the brighter corner of the greenhouse, I got this. This is Cattleya violacea Crimson Glory AMAOS crossed on Walkeriana Morning Mist. So this is a primary hybrid. Cute little thing. Got a new growth right there. Lots of nice healthy bulbs. It's a small plant, but it doesn't get very big. Neither of the species are very large. And then an update, because it's right here, my Gurianthes, Gurianthes are, I don't know, Skinneri, it's Cattleya Skinneri now, I believe. It's starting to growth right there. Another thing that I got a second one of these. This is Bulbophyllum echinolabium crossed on Mankind. This is the first one that I originally had, putting out some nice roots. And I was gifted this one at my last meeting, and it looks really nice as well, so I'm hoping that's going to do well for me. But the star of the show still remains Colin here. I absolutely love this hybrid. You get some issues sometimes when you cross a Sinsepal, which I think that's how you say it. Probably not Sinsepal, which is a fused sepal flower, like Doris Duke, the pod parent of this cross. Colin is a Sinsepal flower, so the lateral sepals are fused. And a kind of labium or an open flower, you tend to have a lot of form issues, but I think this one's just like beautiful. Very nice, even, wide open form. It's just fabulous coloration from the Doris Duke's parent. Come on, get back in focus. There we go. Fabulous coloration there from the Doris parent. Look at that. And then, of course, got that mobile lip. I try not to play with it too much because I love Bulbophyllum lips, and I don't want to break them off. But yeah, you can see how rich that coloration is, and the petals have the little flappy bits that Doris has. It's just an overall gorgeous hybrid, but the smell is ugh. But yeah, it's just a nice, bright, as you can see, sunny day. And the greenhouse is getting bathed in sunlight for the afternoon. It just usually happens anywhere from like around 2:30 to about 5:36ish. The direct sun comes through the greenhouse here, and because the plastic isn't directly clear, it's not like glass or anything, it's diffused a little bit, and the plants can take it, especially the Cattleyas up there in the very sunny side. The Phalaenopsis are down here where it's bright but not direct sun, and so the Catasediums are up higher. I think I'm going to move those to the other side though, because they could probably use more light. And then we've got a lot of hanging orchids. There's Levini right there, hanging in the backlighting. But I've just been keeping an eye on and photographing Colin a lot because the flowers only last a week and a half or so. to like a week to a week and a half. So I want to photograph it and get as much as I can out of this flower. And then I have another flower, because unlike last time, I didn't break the bud off, because the first time this bloomed, I was trying to stake the spike and I was too rough with it and snapped the second bud off, so I only got one flower. But this time I have two. Now, Echinolabium is a sequential bloomer, and Doris Duke tends to bloom a couple flowers to an umbel. But when you cross them together, you tend to get that like a cross of the two, sort of. It eliminates the sequential blooming habit of the Lepidorhiza species, in this case Echinolabium, but it replaces it with a faster bud maturity rate, as well as, or like a fast bud growth rate, as well as a good chance to have more than one flower open at a time on a Lepidorhiza style flower, because as you can see, it takes a very much so after its Echinolabium parent. One of the only things that it doesn't possess is a very long proboscis on the bottom of the lip. The lip on this one is very more like Doris Duke, where it's a small little lip-ish, a little small-ish. It's large comparison to the flower. But on this one, Lepidorhizas, normally you get the second bud forming after the first bud opens, and then you have a little bit of a break between the fall of the open flower and the opening of the second flower, and that just continues along the spike. But this one, the bud's already growing. It has been growing at the same time the first bud did, but obviously not as far along. So you guys can look forward to lots of photos of these if you guys have me on Facebook. And of course, I will on another video update you on the next bud, because I anticipate by the end of the week this flower might be done, because it opened last Saturday. Like it was nearly fully open Saturday, and for the show on Sunday, or the meeting on Sunday, the Orchid Society meeting, and so it's probably at its peak right now, when the smell is at its worst is when you know it's at its peak. And so it's only going to go downhill from here, sadly, and I'm very sad about that. I wish these lasted a lot longer. But at least they bloom a lot. And get a little side profile out if I can. It's a very small plant. It stays very stout, but it's a very nice flower nonetheless. Anyway, thank you guys for joining me on this impromptu sort of video on Colin and the updates of the plants that I got at the meeting on Sunday. I hope you guys enjoyed, and please do share and like and subscribe and whatnot. Thank you very much, and thank you for watching.